Yo, Gen Alpha slang doesn't make any sense to me, which is like
I can't get 6'7".
6'7" is what I was thinking of. They're like,
Yeah.
you just say 6'7" when like you're counting or something. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah. My brother was like, you never heard of 6'7"? I was like, no, I never did. And then now my For You page is just always seeing like 6'7"
Yeah,
and everything, so I thought that was funny. But then also, I'm like, it's just a brain rot thing that you're like
it's
supposed to
like
do.
Skibbity, I think.
Yeah, but I never heard anyone say skibbity. I heard more people say 6'7" than skibbity.
I think so too. Skibbity became like a meme in and of itself because it didn't have a meaning, and then people were just saying it with like Skibbity Riz or whatever. And there was a song about like something you got for the Rizzler. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-uh.
I see. I'm not even on the brain rot side of TikTok, but like it bleeds into K-pop TikTok. They just be picking up memes, and like then I have the extra wall of this is like foreigners who are picking up this American slang, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. But whatever, this is what the kids are saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get any of that.
Not us being old. We're still technically young,
No,
please.
no, no. Well, yeah, we're being on the verge of old, honestly. But then also, but some of the slang just doesn't make any sense. And I feel like each generation had a like that doesn't make any sense. Because I feel like Riz, like I still understood what it meant. I used it, but I used it like unironically.
But yeah, barring that, I think we can get into this. So should we just
Yeah.
start? But hey, welcome to the Produced by Nostalgia podcast, hosted by Jedi
MK.
and we are coming at you with our first ever episode. I am so excited to get into this with you guys. Let's see, where should we start? This is so awkward.
Well, Jedi, who are we exactly? What's your deal?
Oh, my deal? Okay, so just my deal or both of our deals?
Your deal.
Okay, my deal. I am an animation production professional. I've worked in animation production for 3 years, but outside of my professional life, I am an animation enthusiast. I grew up watching a lot of cartoons. I still watch a lot of cartoons, and ultimately, my goal in life is to be a part of the kinds of cartoons that I wanted to see growing up, because really, there weren't a lot of cartoons out there that were showing me, like black people, Africans in a good light that weren't like side characters or weren't relegated to certain stereotypes. Like, I wanted so much more. And I feel like we're finally starting to see that now, but it still could be so much more. So that's why I went into animation production, because I really think that as kids, we are the most susceptible to the media that we watch. And I really wanted to talk about it. So that's why I think we started this podcast, is to talk about the media that inspired us. And despite the fact that we weren't really seeing ourselves, we were seeing representations of the ideas that we wanted to pursue, you know?
I agree. I agree. I know for me, the reason why I just wanted to get into animation in general, I was like a really big fan of drawing and art. And I was like, wow, they can move, but that's animation. That's really cool. So I was like, oh, I really want to like go into that. And I also agree, just sort of like being in animation, it really just led me to be like, man, I want like people that look like me on the screen. That's why I love the Proud Family. Even now, to this day, like I love Spider-Verse as well, because I was like, wow, representation and just maybe even like the smallest way that they could. A favorite thing of mine is when in Spider-Verse 2, when Miles is talking to his mom and like she snaps her fingers and I think it's the Dominican American flag
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pops up and I was like, oh, that's so cool. You know, just like influence of that in animation is just really cool. So that's one of my reasons I like done it. I've also been in like animation production for about like 3 years now. And so I'm just like really walking with it. I love telling people what to do. So that's my, that's my thing.
Not you loving to tell me that.
I
That's
do love being bossy.
that's not the only thing that production is good for. We do
I think
so
it's the
much.
main thing.
Most of us are type A. We're people persons. We're good at interacting with people. I didn't know
And
how to
we're
say it.
bossy.
I'm not gonna deny or agree, because as an eldest sibling, I don't want to be in that stereotype.
I have to live in that stereotype. So I was like, that's totally fine for me. I think we're very like, okay, like detail oriented for sure, but you do have to ultimately end up being the adult in the room. So then that's why I can see bossy, because even like we could be laughing and being silly, but it's like, okay, y'all, let's lock in. Like
It's time to
everyone
lock
stop
in.
laughing, you know?
Honestly, yeah, we need more decision makers and like people who have drive, people who know, this is where we're heading, this is where we're going. We have a schedule, we have things to talk about, we have goals. I feel like that's what most production people are, and I definitely can relate to both, like all aspects of the production person. But anywho,
That's who we are. Now, Jedi, why did we start this podcast?
why did we start this podcast? So, like I said earlier, I wanted to start this podcast to talk about the media that we watched growing up because a lot of us, especially in our age range, we're like Zillennials, so we're Gen Z, but we relate to kind of the millennial viewpoint in that we watched a lot of the same TV shows, we watched a lot of the same music videos, knew a lot of the same celebrities, and ultimately these things shape us into the people that we are. It's it's extra it's extra pertinent now, especially in the age of social media, because people they be talking in circles about the media that they watch, talking about is this political, is this not political, what are they trying to say here, who did they cast for such and such, and it's like media means something, and so I wanted to start this podcast to talk about what the media means to us and just in general in society.
I'm a professional yapper, so that's why I want to start the pod. I have a lot of opinions, some that's unneeded, some that's unwanted, but hey, I just like to talk, so I also agree. But I think it's a good situation of just like putting voices out there,
Mhm.
bringing other people in who maybe don't have the opportunity to speak in the room. So that's why, we are co-hosts together.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I feel like you can already feel the stark difference between our personalities. I feel like a nerd. Anyway,
I am also
we're different types of nerds, but yeah.
yeah.
Also, I too like to have a gab fest talk and such, but moving right along. Uh,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, Jeb, I got a question for you. This is our segment called Weekly Unwanteds. So we just like to talk and yap and tell me some weekly unwanteds that you had this week.
oh man, I really have to think about this. What did I do in the last week?
Yeah, man.
I, sorry, now that I'm on the spot, I've forgotten everything that I've done. Oh, actually, I think I can, if we can go even further past this last
We
week, we
should.
can talk about the fact that I just got my car back, and so I have been driving literally everywhere. Like, I was hit in a parking lot, in Little Tokyo, and it was just. I just came back to this giant dent in my car, and so I was without a car for 3 weeks. And so I guess in the last week, I've just been doing a lot more driving than I usually do because I've had to pick up groceries. I had to meet up with friends. And before that, I was just at home rotting in bed, like doing nothing because I didn't have a vehicle and I didn't want to take the bus.
That's real.
That's too real. But it was bed rotting as, a mental health practice, as a way to, rest, reset, like enjoy the finer things in life, like my bed. And
Right.
now, turning it back onto you, what are your weekly unwanted?
All right. So, man, I'm always mad at something.
That's crazy. That's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, I have shout out to my friend, but she introduced us to do like turning evil calendars on like your calendar is like and any inconvenience, then you turn evil. I turned evil recently, just 'cause little shit. Like I honestly stubbed my toe. Oh no, here what it was. I think I asked my like super something. I was like, "Hey, do you need me for this meeting?" They said, "Yes, of course we do." And I said, "Shit," because Bonnet had to be off, like getting everything together, and the meeting's like 15 minutes. So I hate when you're just like, "Oh my gosh, like, can you hop on a real quick call, real quick?" I don't want to, but I guess.
I could just pencil you in. What do you think this is? I think wasn't I there for that day?
Maybe I think so,
I
yeah.
think so. Oh my God. So it was that last minute. I didn't even realize.
It was that last minute. So I was like, oh, no, not a fan.
Yeah. You know what? That would get my goat as well. I feel like the idea of turning evil like in a calendar, I think that's really fun. I think of it as like, oh man, if one more wrong thing like happens, I'm gonna like blow up the planet or something or
Yeah.
some shit.
We were making fun of her, but I am on my 13th reason. Like, I was like, I am going to let me not, but I do be like, all right, y'all got one more time before I tear this motherfucker up. Like it's very much that.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
The turning evil calendar. I don't know, just something it's my friend, I have a friend who sends this meme. They're basically where it's like, I think I don't remember what it looks like, but it's the idea is that they're like sending out a psychic blast, and I think it just kills everybody. Um,
That's funny.
they're like, oh man, my landlord is just fucking up. I'm about to emit a psychic blast.
Just take
Some
everything. You know what also
decimate
was
the
a week
community.
part of my weekly unwanted? The rapture shit that was happening. Did you see that?
You don't understand. I have religious trauma that I tried to tamp down so well. And so when I saw the rapture thing, like the first time I saw it, I think it was on like TikTok where someone was like, yada yada, the rapture is going to be in a week from today. So I think the rapture was supposed to be on September 24th. And
Yeah.
so like I think so, whatever a week, but I think that was the 17th. So on the 17th, I was like, what? We're having a rapture in a week? I can't deal with this right
I
now.
can't do this. What am I supposed to bring to the rapture? Do I bring a plate? Like, what's going
Wait,
on?
stop right now. What is this?
Like,
What is this, a barbecue?
like what? I don't know. I never been, so I don't know how to prepare. And it was
Is
so
that what?
funny because he was like, the rapture, the rapture. And that's when you like ascend up to heaven. But it's funny, you're supposed to be like with no clothes and like naked and stuff. That's how it is in the Christian community.
Oh my God. I would block out that. I blocked that out. Whenever we talked about the rapture, I blocked it out. I'm like, I don't want to think about this.
That's how the rapture is. But yeah, you're supposed
That's
to stand up. So it's funny. My group chat was making jokes of just like, oh yeah, I think I missed the rapture. If an actual rapture did happen, I don't think I would actually go in just because of based off the jokes that I made.
I mean, you just said your 13th reason, so I don't know if they want
I
you out
mean,
there.
the Lord knows my heart. He knows I be
The
silly.
Lord knows my heart.
He know I be keen.
Oh my God. It was really freaking me out. But it was also 2 a.m. when I first heard about the rapture. So I was like, you know what? I should just go to bed. And I think my favorite thing about rapture talk was, people being like, well, it looks like I missed the rapture. Like, and the memes of people like looking outside their windows at the sky at all the Christians floating in the air. I thought that was really funny. And I was like, this kind of takes the scariness out of, being blipped from the planet. I think it's kind of almost like being Thanos if you really think about it.
Yeah. Oh, imagine the people who were like were blipped and they're like, what the fuck? Like they come back. No, because it was the thing was like you come back to the same spot that you were before. Because I think that happened in Spider-Man where the band was playing, they disappeared, and then they came back on at a basketball game like 5 years later.
Oh, I would hate that. Oh, I would hate that. But the thing is, would you rather have been blipped or have been left behind? I think I would have rather have been blipped.
I think I'd rather been left behind.
That's crazy. Explain.
I don't know because well, I don't know what happens when you blip. Oh no, they said this for like 15 like seconds and stuff like
I
that,
don't
and you
even,
never age.
I think it kind of feels like when you wake up from anesthesia, right? Or something, or
Uh,
not at all. Did it feel like blinking?
this is my only take from when again in like Spider-Man the way he said it. He was like, "Oh, Mr. Stark, like I didn't feel good." He blipped away, but then like seconds later, walked back up, and then they told us to go over here, and then now we're back. So I feel like I think you're right where it's like, oh, like someone's taking a nap and you're like, where the fuck am I type of sleep when you're like sleeping on the couch and you don't know how you got here type of situation. But yeah,
That's crazy. I think I'd rather be blipped because when the people were left behind, they kind of had to like build up society. Because like if half the people are gone, like that means so many medical professionals, so many like teachers, family members, like there's just so much empty space. And I know that they touched upon it in some of the TV shows. Did you ever watch any of the TV shows that Marvel did? I think Captain America with
with the Winter Soldier,
yeah,
yeah,
with
I
the
watched
Wind
all of them.
Soldier, that whole movement came about because of the whole repercussions of being whipped
Yeah,
back into
I
society.
will say they touched upon it a little. I wish they touched upon it more, but then they did talk about it.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, you were like blipped. And oh, they didn't give people enough like financial like something.
Yeah.
Like they didn't give enough people like finance and stuff. Yeah, because people was like, I'm blipped back, and then some niggas is living in my home. Like, who is this?
Oh my gosh. And can you imagine the inflation? My goodness.
Yeah. Oh, that definitely for sure would have went up. And I will say the resources would have been less and less. And there would have been Thanos supporters like, he was right.
Yo, those people are tripping. I know the kind of society, like the people in our society that are basically Thanos supporters, but like those people are tripping. What do you mean? He literally like massacred half of the population.
Mind you, this could have been anybody, your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, like anybody could just been like blipped away. So I was like, it wasn't like, oh, only the rich are blipped or only the poor are blipped. So I was like, damn, could just been everybody.
Okay. So are we saying that if the rapture had happened, would it have been similar to being blipped? I feel like that would be our real life blip.
I think so.
That's so
Like if the
crazy.
rapture happened, there was definitely going to be some people who like left, but I don't know. But I think two people actually would have been up in heaven. I don't think anybody
Have you ever seen the Left Behind movies?
Mm-mm.
Oh, let me tell you something. There's a reason why I have deep religious trauma about the rapture. Those movies are basically like the premise is you've been left behind after the rapture. It was crazy. I didn't like it. They had microchips in their skin. It was no, I didn't want to see. I was like, I don't remember how old I was, but definitely like less than 10 years old. So I'm glad that the rapture didn't happen. I'm not ready for whatever goes down. As funny as it would be to see people literally, do you know that one vine of that manatee in like a water tank that's like rising with Josh Groban's song, You Raise Me Up? Do you know that
Do
meme?
know that.
I will show you that meme. Audience, please tell me someone knows that meme. If you don't know that meme, if nobody knows that meme, I'm getting off the internet. I'm getting off the internet
Only
forever.
way I know Josh Groban is from Glee. Who's Josh Groban? Oh my gosh. And I don't know if I can say it on the podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I did not know who Josh Groban was until that episode either, but I had heard the song before because it's like it's a Christian song, right?
Is it really?
Maybe it's not.
That makes sense. You lift me up.
You
You probably.
raise me up. I'm not gonna sing on here. I'm not gonna sing on here unless you guys want me to. Anyway.
Unless you want me to.
No, I can sing. I can sing, guys. I swear.
I think we all sing.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen the discourse about people being like, maybe we were too harsh on Victoria Justice? I'm like, maybe they did all. They kind of ruined her career. Oh my God. Like they were like, she was trying to steal Ariana's whatever. And I'm like, I actually was just making a general observation because they all did sing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would have loved to hear more of the other people. I mean, Ariana, of course, should have sung more on that show, but like Leon Thomas, he should have sung more. He sang a little bit in the beginning, but it faded off. Elizabeth Gillies, like she was on Broadway with Ariana. Avin Jogia, I have actually no idea if he sings.
I don't think he sung in the show, and I think that was his book was about. Like he didn't sing the show; it was mostly like for acting. I also heard they were drunk like half of the time.
Yeah, but I hear that about a lot of the TV shows we grew up with. I mean, I think a lot of us know about like with Demi Lovato and like Miley Cyrus, mostly Disney kids. I feel like Disney kind of had that reputation of breeding celebrities that had a lot of childhood traumas that had to do with like substance abuse. And I'm like, well, well,
You know what? That is a great segue for our first segment to ask if are you a Disney kid, a Nickelodeon kid, or a
Yes.
Cartoon Network kid?
Yes.
So, first of all, Jenna, I would know which one are you?
All right. I've already said this, but I love animation. I love cartoons. So Cartoon Network, I was 100% a Cartoon Network kid. Loved that channel to the absolute max. I loved a lot of the shows on there. And I have my like top three of the ones that have influenced me, in the present moment. Like you can tell that I was the type of kid who liked these shows. But before I get into that, what kind of kid would you say you are?
So I would definitely say that I'm a Disney kid. I just always thought they were funny. I actually had a marathon of rewatching all the Disney shows that I used to watch, like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana, Where's the Waverly Place. First of all, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, top tier. Like,
Honestly,
still holds up.
It was one of their best shows. I feel like they had a golden era when we were kids, at like some like late 2000s. They were really putting out some like gold mines, and a lot of those quotes still hold up to today. Would you like am or fum?
Like the Prindle. Like I'm like, yes,
You
it's
mean
right
the
there.
Prindle?
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely a Disney kid now.
Mhm. Oh my gosh. I feel like for me, Cartoon Network, the shows that really molded me into the person I am are the Powerpuff Girls, because who doesn't love a trio of like badass kindergartners who just like shoot lasers out of their eyes and can like freeze things with their breath? I really loved that show. And it was also one of the first shows where I learned how to draw the characters because the art style was so simple that started to emulate it. And I was like, look at me. I am quite the little artist. And so I was like, I should be an animator when I grow up. Things didn't work out like that, but I definitely remember that was like one of the first shows that really made me think like I can draw and like I want to make stuff that goes on TV. And for other shows that really influenced me were like Teen Titans. I fucking love Teen Titans. The American anime style to me is just so it's such a wonderful, mishmatch of like Eastern and Western animation because they have, the same expressiveness as like anime, but they also have the sensibilities of the like American cartoon. Man, Teen Titans was so much fun, and it makes me mad to this day that we did not get a season 5. What do you mean we didn't get a season dedicated to Starfire? And this is no hate to Teen Titans Go, but she's not the same. She's a whole different bitch, please.
Neither of them are the same. It's very crazy. But no, I think Cartoon Network definitely has some golden stuff. For me, I what shaped me as a Disney kid for sure was like the Proud Family. That's so Raven and
Yeah,
Kim Possible. First of all, Raven's fashions eats like every single time. I think
no doubt.
she's a bomb person. I think like her clothing was like amazing and stuff. Kim Possible definitely led the role for like little girls who could do anything. So it was like very cute, very cute. And the Proud Family, yeah, yeah, just seeing representation like on screen has been like very cool. So I always love stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. I also used to love the Proud Family, but I have heard like the discourse about like the friendships on the Proud Family. Do you have any thoughts on those?
I do. They were terrible friends. They were terrible, sucky friends. But it was funny because I feel like they tried to paint them as like, oh, teenage girls like always act like this with each other. And I was like, no, but they dead ass are fake. Like I was like, they are super fake. Like that one episode that I was like, I did not forgive Dejanay, and I was like, I did not like that. Penny and Dejanay and all of them were going to a concert,
Yeah.
but then Dejanay was like, oh, I got to stay home and watch my siblings. Mind you, it's like 11 of them motherfuckers. And then Penny also had to stay home. So they was like, let's like watch them together. And it's like, cool. Then it's like, oh my gosh, I had to go get something from home. So then she leaves and then cut to, it's like she's at the concert now. So she purposely left Penny with her siblings to go watch them and so she could go to the concert. And I was like, that's foul.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I remember that episode so well, and if I had been Penny, I would have crashed out immediately. I would have been like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Because those kids, they were rascals. They were crazy, and they were all named after condiments. It was quite a time.
Yeah. So it was like, oh no, I never liked that her friend. La Cienega, like she was never really her friend, but
She was
also
she was
I
straight up about it.
yeah. I also didn't like that, like, oh, we beefing with each other, but we still hanging out. No. If I'm beefing with you, girl, get out my face.
Why are you hanging out with your ops? I never understood
Why are
that.
you in my house? Why is she at the sleepovers if I really truly do not like her? But I think that was of the times of like the Disney like part and stuff.
Do you remember like the era where frenemies like they were trying to make that a thing? Like, yeah, we all have a friend who like low key wants the worst for us. I feel like that happened in a bunch of shows, and they also had that movie that came out. I feel like that movie probably killed it because that movie was not good.
That
But
movie was not the enemy was the dog. Mind you. It wasn't
and like
yeah.
I don't understand like first of all the portrayal of like teen girls as being, like underhanded and like sneaky and just being hateful. I'm like, hello, some of my best friends are female, please. And just like the whole frenemy idea, it just sounds really dumb in concept. Like, why?
Yeah. I don't, that never really made any sense to me because I just can't imagine being friends with someone who I like desperately like wish the worst for them and like hate and just don't want to be around and always like throwing shots at. I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe if I had like qualms with friends, like sure, she like made me mad and we do like a little tidbit for the day, but for the whole time to be like, I hate that bitch, like
Like they were
no,
within the same friend group, and all their other friends also knew that they didn't
we
like each
like each
other,
other.
and their mothers were like friends, and it's like it didn't even it. I guess you could say maybe they were being forced to hang out with each other, but they weren't. So it's like
So I think because their family were like friends and it was like, oh, she's our neighbor, get along, she's a family. And I'm like, I don't know. My daughter came to me and said, I don't like her. I don't like her either. Like, so, it is
Honestly,
what it is.
it truly is what it is.
Yep.
Oh man.
I want to go back a little bit from what you said when we would talk about the Victorious kids and
Yeah.
just like the celebrity stardom of like a Disney. Also shout out to Nickelodeon. I realized we didn't like talk about
Oh
Nickelodeon,
yeah.
but they had some good ones too.
They really did. They had some shows that definitely shaped us and shaped the rest of our generation. I mean, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Like top tier. Can't nobody compete.
It's still going to this day. It may
Yeah.
never die. It may outlive us all.
It might outlive the Simpsons. It might outlive the Rapture. Who knows?
Not the rapture. You know what's funny? SpongeBob is actually older than I am because it debuted, I think, a month before my birthday. So it's like, dang, you've been here the entire time.
Yeah. Isn't SpongeBob supposed to be like technically like 20 something or something
I
like
thought
that?
he was, I think it changes every year. Sometimes I hear he's in his 40s, sometimes I hear he's in his 20s. I mean, he moves through life like someone who is like mentally like 21, but his house is pretty nice. So I don't know what kind of money he's going off of.
He could be 30 and then they reference him as a kid because he's so young to them. Which I realize being older and being in it, a lot of people be like, "Ah, you're a child." I'm like, "No, I'm 27."
Do you know what's really funny? I actually last week I met Butch Hartman at a roller rink at a roller
Really?
like literally, oh my God, I had to show you the picture. He gave me his autograph and he drew a picture of Danny Phantom for me. But the whole time he kept calling me kid, and I already told him that I work in animation, so I was like, oh, he probably just sees me because I'm like young, so I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like older adults kind of just view everyone below them as just like these are children. They
But
don't
I'm not a
understand
kid. I
life.
have a 401k. Please.
What is a 401k? I am kind of joking. We'll get into it later.
We're getting we'll get that's a whole thing.
That's not what this podcast is for, but I'll learn.
No, but that was like Nickelodeon was very much like a prominent like thing. It was a very much like a whole aspect of it. I think because if I was a Disney kid, I think my second will probably be Nickelodeon. I do like Cartoon Network, but it have be just because it shaped my personality as far as my humor.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I did think iCarly was hilarious. I thought
That
Victoria
was
was
hilarious. Everyone loved it. My mom, my literal immigrant mother, she loved iCarly. She was like, they are so funny.
Yeah. My dad, grown ass man, mind you, 40 something was like, I do love that frame and said it. Like, Raymond, please.
I think I have to agree with you. If I had to choose like my second channel, it would also be Nickelodeon because they just had so many greats on there. Before there was iCarly, there was Drake and Josh. And Drake and Josh, that was some cinema. That was like my first foray into like sitcom TV, and they were so good. They were so emotional. Like that one episode when Josh was like, I'm done. And I was like, you're done?
You're
I didn't know we
done.
could just be finished with each
I
other.
was like, there's 20 minutes left in the episode. What do you mean?
And oh my God, the scene where Drake finally realizes, I was like, I think I've just become an adult. I think I understand human emotion now. It was crazy.
That was a really good, like, empowerment scene. I also think Jake and Josh was really good. Victoria's, I call it there. There was another Nick show that's like, because the cartoon, first of all, everyone knows that I love Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh
'Cause
yes,
that's
Avatar: The Last Airbender. We definitely have to talk about that because that's another American anime, and it was long form storytelling. It was telling a story like instead of being, those episodic, it was telling a story from beginning to end, and just how deep it was in terms of like the cultural aspects and like the bending system of it all. Like that show was leagues ahead of most cartoons of its era. It's wild.
Yes. Oh, and shout out to Hey Arnold, Rugrats, As Told by Ginger. That was a good one.
Oh my God, yeah. I used to love those shows. Although some of those shows I was not allowed to watch because my mom deemed them to be too mature.
That's crazy. Well, okay, I will say Nickelodeon did get away with a lot of like crazy stuff. Because Ren and Skimpy, I was like, there was no way that this should have been advertised. I think it was advertised as a kid's show. I could be wrong, but
I think it was. So 90s Nickelodeon was wild because the way that the like animation used to be, even if it was for kids, technically it was kind of just free for all. Like they were more subtle, of course. So like sometimes for kids it would sail over their heads, but as an adult, it's like this is kind of bonkers. This is kind of crazy. I've only seen a few episodes of Ren and Stimpy, but it's like who would have allowed their kid to watch this? And what are those kids like now? That's my big question.
Yeah. Damn, what are those kids like now? Anyone who's like, yeah, I love Ren and Skippy. I think Invader Zim has like got its like resurgence, but I think people watch it like for its ironic campiness and its silliness, like its memeability. I don't know anyone who's watching it like when they were younger.
Yeah, I skipped over it because for me, some shows, if I don't like the art style, I wasn't gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was saying I liked Invader Zim. Oh, sorry. Well, go ahead.
Do you remember My Life as a Teenage Robot?
I do. That was really good.
Yeah, that was a really good show. I feel like that show should have gotten a resurgence within like our current era. I'm surprised it hasn't because it was really like poignant about like teen life and like not feeling you belong because you're a literal robot. And speaking of robots, have you seen the robot racism online these days?
The clunker,
The
yes, the clanker, or was
the
it?
clanker discourse is so stupid, and I would love to see someone bring in My Life as a Teenage Robot into that because I don't think my girl Jenny deserves to be called slurs.
That's true. She doesn't. I can't call Jenny a slur. She's too
She's too
gracious.
precious. She's too good. She's great. And another one of those TV shows where a girl was kicking ass. Let's
Yeah.
go.
See, they had a lot of shows like that, like in that
Yes.
era, but they
Yeah,
hold up today.
but then they all like they slapped on the girl boss label and they're like, no more.
No more.
Because
Done.
another great show, if we go back to Cartoon Network, is Totally Spies.
Totally Spice was good.
Totally Spies was I don't know. I wanted a lipstick laser.
Yeah. Honestly, yes. Love that. Another good like Cartoon Network show. We talked about a little bit like for Ben 10.
Ben
I
10.
love every aspect of Ben 10. I love every aspect. Like I was like love the original, love when he's a teenager, love Alien Force, love all that. I even say the Omniverse one. I was like, you guys are too mad. I was like, I actually like this version too.
Oh my gosh, what about the newest version though? I think like I think it's 100% a reboot.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling all that.
It's not for us. It's not for
Yeah,
us.
it's not for us. I will say Ben 10 lives in my mind though the same universe as Scooby Doo and excuse me, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As well as like there
It's
could be
rebootable.
one every year. It's rebootable. I was like, fine, give me more. I don't care. But I just know that one that's not for me.
Give me 20.
Give me 20 seasons, 20 episodes, make them all 45 minutes.
Let's go, let's go. I really liked Ben 10, and all the iterations. I really like shows where you kind of can grow up with them, you know? Like shows that start off when they're like little kids and then you see them when they're like older teens and like almost adulthood. They kind of, I feel like, cut it off once it's an adult because no one wants to hear stories about adults. But like those kinds of cartoons, I feel like are really good. And I feel like with reboots, some reboots live in the camp of like they kind of stay the same age forever, like Scooby Doo. I think it'd be really weird to see Scooby Doo any older, but they used to have a kid series called, I think it was like Scooby Doo and Friends. Do you know what I'm talking about?
They had a kid series?
They had a series where they were children.
Oh, yeah, yes. A pup named Scooby Doo.
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
That's what it's called. Scooby Doo and Friends. I don't know where I got that from.
No. I thought you were saying with older. So yeah, they had a pup named Scooby Doo. They were always like teenagers, but then they had ones where it was like they just came freshly from college or something.
Yeah.
That was the older Scooby Doo movies, like the Scooby Doo and the zombie one. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. I distinctly remember there was one movie where Daphne was like a reporter, so maybe they have done them as like
That's
adults.
the one. Yeah, where she's
Oh,
like
okay,
a
that's the
reporter.
one. And in the movie, like the live action movie, are they adults or are they teens? Because Hollywood likes to do this thing where they cast like adults, but how old were they supposed to be?
I think they were supposed to be like freshly adults, like 21, 22.
Yeah, they looked
23.
fully 30.
Yeah.
But they
I don't
definitely
even think they tried to be like, make them teenagers like, hey, these are grown ass men. Yeah. Matthew Leonard was a definitely grown ass man with that. Yeah.
I love when in my TV I see like a freshman whose voice sounds like they've been smoking for like 20 years.
Oh, Mary Jane, that's my favorite name. Love that joke.
Oh, they're never that subtle. They're really blatant with the things that they say.
All right, ladies and gents, we're going to take a brief pause right here, right quick. Uh, Sit back and we'll get back to you soon. Thank you so much.
Three, two, I know. Sorry. We can't sing on here. I read in my podcast book, and there's a chapter that like, don't do any music. Music is not good to do.
Really?
Well,
Oh,
in terms of like copyrighted stuff, like you don't put in theme songs like from TV shows or like
you
Britney
can't even sing
Spears.
it?
I don't know about singing it. I think that's fine. I think it's just don't use it like paper. So like don't use it as your theme song or your intro, like music that already exists that you don't have like the permission for.
Mm. But if I say, I know you see, like, will we be?
I don't think I feel like I feel like that's fair use. I think you
Yeah.
have to think of it the way that YouTube, because you know a lot of YouTube videos they can't play music, but like if you just sing the jingle, I mean I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I did see someone, so they got like taken down because someone did the same cadence of Last Christmas, but that could have been just maybe a YouTube thing. I don't know if the same thing is.
Yeah, I think if you just sing it, it also might be harder unless you go like viral for singing it or something. But I really don't think that they would sue you for that
Yeah, that's
unless you're using it for like promotional materials.
well, alrighty, we are back from our break. Thank you guys for joining us. This is a part two of Which Kid Are You? We are produced by Nostalgia, of course, actually. We said our name. Yeah, we said our
Yeah, we definitely said her name. I made sure to say in the beginning, I did at
name.
least one thing right.
You always do things right. Jetta, but I do have a question for you. Okay, so we're talking about Disney, Nickelodeon, and I guess there were Cartoon Network celebs. We can get into that in a few. But which one would you rather hang out with, like the Nick celebs or the Disney kids?
Oh, see, this one is really hard because I feel like they both have such a different vibe, and even the ones that are like still prominent to this day, they're just so massively different. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Nick kids, Nick celebrities. Like, I don't know. Do you remember when Miranda Cosgrove was going viral for saying her favorite cuss word?
Yeah, I do cuss a little.
What's your favorite word? Fuck. I feel like Nickelodeon, like people who are famous in Nickelodeon are they're a little more kooky, they're a little more they got bigger personalities, I feel. Because even when like one of the biggest names from Nickelodeon is Ariana Grande, and I think she's hilarious.
Yeah.
She is not perfect. I will say that right off the bat.
I will stand 10 toes behind that woman. I don't care.
Anna.
Yeah, like cheating and all. I don't care. Say it
Gato
well.
Grande.
Like, you should have
But
never had your husband stolen. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
But like Ariana Grande, she's like so super talented and she's so fun. I loved during the Wicked tour seeing the interviews of her. Do you remember that whole thing with holding space and her being like, I had no idea what's going on in the
Yeah.
room. Like she seems like so much fun. There's a sound bite that goes in my head a lot. She was doing this, I think she was doing a What's in My Bag, with Vogue or something. I don't know. They do celebrity
Yeah.
whatever, and she kept taking out like headphones out of her bag. I think she took out like 5 or 6 pairs of headphones, and she's like, oh, another pair of headphones, that's sick. And the way she said that, I was saying it like that for months, being like, that's sick. And
Yeah.
she, she's just there. I feel like Nickelodeon celebrities, even like the most popular to the like kind of irrelevant, they're all pretty funny.
Yeah. No, I agree. Going back to like, I think we all sing. Like, there's certain bites I feel like from Nickelodeon that people like quote a lot. I do think they have like a bigger like personality. Like Nick, like celebrity kids give me like the cool kids, like sitting on the side who like drink and like have fun. And
Really? I
yeah.
would disagree. I would have been like, these are like the outcasts. These are the theater kids.
Okay, no, I feel like Disney are the theater kids. The
Okay.
annoying these theater
Okay.
kids.
I guess for the celebrities, because when I think about celebrities, I feel like a lot of Disney celebrities are mainstream.
That's true. That's true. There's not really, I think, is the highest one Ariana Grande, Keenan Thompson, because
Yeah.
that technically counts with
Kenan
Keenan
Thompson, he's
Kel.
on SNL. For Nickelodeon. For Disney, I would say the biggest Disney stars are like Miley Cyrus.
For sure.
For like newer age, I'd say Sabrina Carpenter. The Jonas.
Is she a Disney kid?
Yeah, Yes.
She was on the channel, but I don't think she was a star.
She was, when they sang, "Do you wanna build it?" She was in that.
That was the old one though. Like, first of all, she didn't have the biggest one. Everybody know Mr. Jordan Daquan Fisher was the one that like pushed everybody out there.
He really did. He really did. He was a jewel. He was a
Yeah.
gem. He was on so
I
many of the
saw a
shows.
clip on TikTok that said like, oh, they told him not to do that. Like, they was like, y'all told me y'all didn't even like the way I sound. And I was like, who was y'all? I love that little run he did.
No, I have to stop myself from singing because I'm so afraid. But like, he was one of the best parts. But going back to Sabrina, I mean, for me, she was the main character on her show. She was like the second main character. She was the best friend character. She was like,
I feel like to be classified as a Disney kid, you gotta have some like more than just that one show you was on. I think she was on like Disney Channel, but I don't want to classify her as a Disney kid.
okay, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. This will be another episode because I'm flabbergasted right now. I mean, what about Olivia Rodrigo? Because she
Not
was
a
on
Disney
two
kid.
shows. What? She was on two shows. She was on Bizarre Park and High School Musical, the series, the musical.
Okay, that
or
was on
what?
Disney Plus though.
Wait, High School Musical, the
The
series.
musicals, the series.
High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Yes.
Dumb name, but that was her second show.
I still don't classify her as a Disney kid.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we're gonna
Child star, sure, maybe Sabrina, but as a Disney kid in that mind, like when I think Disney kid, I'm thinking of like Hannah Montana, but damn, what's her name? Miley Cyrus. I was gonna say Miley Stewart. I was like, that's not her.
Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana the whole time.
Oh my gosh, you didn't know. Oh, this is so.
Oh my
awkward.
god, I always thought they looked similar.
It's the clown. Yeah.
No more singing. No more singing the songs. But yeah, Miley Cyrus. Okay, fine. Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato.
Disney kids.
Yeah, those are all
the
Disney
Jonas
kids.
Brothers, I can even argue
Brothers.
that they could be like Disney kids. But
I
I wouldn't argue that Sabrina Carpenter. I couldn't agree that she's a child star, but as like she wasn't in the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Audience, you can't see it, but I am flabbergasted. We need to table this. We need to move on.
Okay.
But I don't see myself hanging out with the Disney celebrities the way I would want to hang out with the Nickelodeon ones. Not to say that Disney, I think they're the cool kids. I think they're the drama kid. They're the, like, you know how Sharpay was kind of popular in High School Musical, but she was a theater kid? They're that type of theater kid. That's not the kind of theater kid I want to hang out with. I want to hang out with the ones who are like busting out Hamilton at like inopportune times. But like not good. They're just doing it to be silly, not to show off their vocal runs or whatever.
Is there, going back to the subject, is there Cartoon Network celebrities?
See, I've done a little bit of research on this, and no, they had a moment in time where they had like live action shows, and because I'm an animation person, I look up the voice actors, and some of them do end up like in prominent things, but nobody's heard of like the shows that they came from. If anybody remembers Incredible Crew from, I don't even know what year that show came out, but Shamik Moore was on there.
I think it was like '09. I think '08, '09, because that's when the strikes happened and they started to be like, you know what? Let's do like reality TV shows, sitcom. Cause you remember Hole in the Wall?
Yes,
That was Cartoon Network.
Hole in the Wall, Destroy, Build, Destroy.
Yeah.
There was some other ones. They had a few which I suspected were Canadian. There was this one other show where they like would jump into a video game. I didn't really watch it. I just heard of it. And so Shamik Moore, who is the voice of Miles Morales and has done a few films, I guess you could say he's a Cartoon Network kid celebrity person. And I would also, I mean, for me, Jeremy Shada is Cartoon Network because he was the voice of Finn in Adventure Time. But I feel like the average person doesn't know the voices behind these cartoons. So it's like, does that mean he's not a Cartoon Network celebrity? But like, he was on Adventure Time for like a really long time. I think he's still technically, they keep putting out more content. So he's still on the network.
Is he still voicing Finn?
Yeah, he voices adult Finn. I mean, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure because actually, no, I'm not sure. I need to look it up because they had the spinoff. Did you see the spinoff with
I
Fiona
didn't see
and
it,
Cake?
but I heard about it.
It was really good, and I think he played older Finn because Jeremy Shada is an adult, and
Yeah.
Finn at this point he is also an adult. So it's like maybe I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's like the closest I would go to like a Cartoon Network celebrity.
That's true. I don't really know anyone who came from like you said, like we said, like voice actors. Like sure, but then because the problem is those voice actors are just only in Cartoon Network or like they're in other shows. But I would no, I was about to say I would classify Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, as a Nickelodeon celebrity.
Like I wouldn't classify, even though I feel like more people know him because they keep doing this promotional stuff, but like he's just one of the greatest voice actors of our time. Like I wouldn't necessarily, even though SpongeBob is his show, he's been on so many shows. He also was in Adventure Time. He was the voice of the Ice King,
That's
and
true.
he's also done adult animation. He's done like the thing with voice actors is that they can kind of be on any channel. And the only reason that I'm like Jeremy Shade at Cartoon Network is because there's literally no one else.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess there's not really like Cartoon Networks except for like the kids and stuff. Whether it, I heard, like, I never really seen Adventure Time fully. Like, I only got up to Flame Princess, and I'm like, phew, I don't know what happened next.
I need you to stop right now because Adventure Time is my favorite cartoon of all time. You don't understand. There's another reason why I would say I'm a Cartoon Network kid because the fact that Finn was 12 when I was 12, so we grew up together, I was like, this show is for me. Although then it got really apocalyptic and like dark, and I was like, maybe the show isn't for me, but I'll keep watching. It was kind of crazy how they were like, yeah, the world's ended, and like nuclear warfare, and all these mutations, and then they're vampires, and all the candy people were created by it was not to spoil the entire show, but it went off the deep end. Like, in the first season, they were saying, like, what the math? And then in the last season, they're like, maybe life is meaningless, and that's okay.
That is going up.
It was, oh my gosh. And the way that they grapple with like death and grief, it's like, I thought we were all here for good fun times. I thought we were just defeating villains and like frolicking or whatever. It was a wild time. I needed to go back and watch that show.
It did say the fun would never end, Adventure Time, not depression afterwards. Like, that must have been a deep cut. I don't know. I never seen that. I will say Amazing World of Gumball, as if we're going to the new stuff for Cartoon Network, that's my shit. I even watched the new series. I was like, this is funny. This is hilarious.
It is just so, I love the mixed media they use.
Yeah.
And they are not afraid to tell jokes, and they don't even have to be like crass. I feel like a lot of like shows like to be like either crass or like fart jokes or like treat kids like they're dumb. God, like Amazing World of Gumball, he does not do that. I mean, sometimes he does because he's a silly little kid, but he's also, the humor is so layered and it's so meta. Do you remember the episode where they ran out of budget and so the animation started deconstructing?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's not the first time Cartoon Network has done that, which again, another point to Cartoon Network. They are playing with the medium of animation. But like that episode was actually so funny when they were literally just like chicken scrawl, when they were sticky notes, like that's funny.
Yeah. Like, China was like a big one to me that was just like bringing out their like love just that anticipation. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is also like a really good one. That was like iconic. You already mentioned the Powerpuff Girls. What's another one?
Codename Kids Next Door.
That was my shit.
That show was so smart. Even the episode names, like when you look back, they really thought about the code names for like everything.
Yeah.
And they were so inventive with like the weapons and things.
Right. Oh my gosh. You know what's supposed to have a spin-off?
Yes.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
number
yeah.
one, he was supposed to like lead the galactic
The kids
whatever.
or something, but then Cartoon Network say, meow.
Run me that show right now. Put that on my desk tomorrow morning.
That's what I want to see more of. If you're gonna bring stuff back, do a continuation. Give me a little something more. Don't just like give me like the same thing. Not to hate on like the stuff that's like coming back right now, like Phineas and Ferb and Gumball. But I was like, give me something more.
Yeah, I want the story to continue. Although I feel like every era had its biggest show. I feel like at some point, Adventure Time had its time. Steven Universe had its time. Earlier, like in the 2000s, I don't know. I feel like they always had just multiple shows kind of
That's true. They
showcasing.
had the universe and all that other stuff. Do you remember when Cartoon Network took over Nickelodeon?
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna show you later, but there is a commercial and it's an orange background. I don't know how they did it, but some like maybe legal reasons. But it's Johnny Bravo, the Powerpuff Girls, and Ed, Double D from Ed and Eddie.
Yeah.
They're coming over and I was like, okay guys, we only got 30 seconds. Like, come on, we're not supposed to be here in an orange background. And they're like, okay, real quickly, turn the Cartoon Network. We're gonna do this marathon. Go here. Someone's coming. And like, hey, what are you guys doing here? And they're running away. It's really cute. It's really funny.
My jaw is on the floor because I feel like this is somewhere deep in the recesses of my mind, but I cannot access this memory. You need to show it to me.
Yes. Oh, and this was also a thing that I noticed as a kid. I was like, Disney didn't have any like non-Disney commercials a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not seeing advertisements for like other stuff. I'm seeing that on Cartoon Network. I'm seeing that on Nickelodeon, but Disney said, only here, only us.
We're gonna play you a music video, which I'm like, thank you for this gift.
Yeah. Who said
No
I
more
can't wear
singing.
my
No
Converse?
more singing.
I have a mic. I have to sing.
You have to. We're gonna cut this. I'm gonna look up the rules online to see what they say because we're not technically playing it. So,
No.
but anyway, we're brand spanking new, please.
But yeah, no, I think both Nick and Disney had their like broad is like not this, excuse me. I think they had their like big outcoming, like those are the two like channels. Cartoon Network sure for sure did her things and stuff. To me, and you can agree or disagree. Nick kids, if you're a Nick kid, honestly, not to like hate on the audience, but if you're a Nick kid, you have a short attention span, and maybe you have ADHD. I don't know.
Honestly, I would agree with this stance only because the kinds of shows that were coming out at the time were. Do you remember Random Dancing from iCarly? They would
Yeah.
just do the most random things, and it felt very hyperactive. It felt very like, oh, they're doing something crazy here, and then they're doing something crazy there. Something just exploded. Like, I feel like that the kids who, might have had a shorter attention span, they were eating this up.
Yeah. If you're a Nick kid, you also like dark humor.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I also have to agree with that one.
But I also feel like they're the type just is like, oh, they think dark humor is like, I guess I'll just like chop my head off and da 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 da. And people were like, whoa. He was like, whoa, I can't be funny no more. You know?
Throw back to when you said that's my 13th reason.
Well, yeah, maybe I'm a little bit of a Nick. I think I'm a Nick Rising, actually. I think I think I'm a Disney son, no, a Nick Moon and a Cartoon Network Rising.
I don't know enough about astrology to make that joke. You've just superseded me. I have no idea.
I think you're a Nick Moon.
Good for me?
Yeah. And I think you are a Disney Rising because Rising is a sign of people like think you are, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. It was like they think you are like first appearance and stuff, and so I feel like you give that like, oh, you're obviously like a Disney adult, and it's like, no.
Oh my God, see, that's really funny because I think Disney kids are definitely drama kids, and as you know, and as the audience will learn, I am a drama kid through and through, so I'm not surprised. Like, I feel like Disney kids were like the drama queens. They're the ones who were singing along. They're the ones who are like, if I have a mic, I have to sing.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go.
exactly. I can't even sing, and I am a theater kid. But it's so funny. I'm not like a theater like person. Like, oh, I gotta get up on stage and sing. I'm more so like, oh, I'm the set person. Like, let me get in the back. But I'm definitely singing the numbers along in the background. I just gotta cut my mic off.
I think that's so funny. And the fact that I worked for Disney for a time, man, I think you really clocked me on that one. But so, okay, so we have Nick kids, we have Disney kids. What about Cartoon Network kids? What are they like?
I think they're the weird social kids. Like, you know that like anime run?
No. Are you talking about the Naruto run? Yeah, those are the kids that you see from across the playground who are running, face first with their arms behind their back. They think that they're about to be the Hokage or whatever. Like, they're about to Dragon Ball Z everybody in their path. I don't even know.
There's a soundbite on TikTok. And I think it's 21 Savage talking about somebody, I forgot who, but he was like, I mean, he really cool. He don't really say much, but if he know you, like, he really nice. Like, he really cool and stuff. I think that's what Cartoon Network kids are. Like, yeah, he really quiet in the back, but like, if you really talk to them, like, oh, yo, this man is funny. And they're the ones that was like, I don't know why everyone's like laughing at me. I'm just saying stuff. Like, he's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're the kids who actually use dark humor without thinking that it's dark humor.
You're
They're
right,
like, "Oh, you
exactly.
just said something fucked up," and they're like,
Yeah,
"I
and
didn't
you're like,
realize."
and then that's what you laugh at. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know. I think I'm definitely more than a Disney kid than a Nick one. But
I'm sorry.
I was trying to.
I'm getting too excited, so
Jedi is over here just dropping shit.
I'm having a moment. I keep moving and I keep knocking into things, which you may or may not hear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't crucify me. Rapture, please.
And Rapture, wow, just like a Cartoon Network kid, just making a Rapture joke. So crazy. But no, damn, I'm looking at my list and they had like a lot of shows. Oh, you know what I also noticed?
Oh.
Just, I think Nickelodeon had some more. Nickelodeon had shows where people was just doing shit. Not just doing shit, but just not doing anything, and that's their show.
Yes!
Doug, Hey Arnold, like, this is a Disney show, but Recess, I said, there's no premise here. Niggas just having fun.
There's no premise here. I love that. I actually
That's
love
their
that.
pitch.
I could think of a lot of shows actually that fit into that. Actually, I think that might have been its own genre of television. I feel like Disney used to do that more in the 2000s because I don't know if you remember like Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, Dave the Barbarian. They're not like Disney's not known for those, but actually, even we've been talking about Disney. We haven't been talking too much about the Disney cartoons, except for DuckTales, I think, because
yeah.
I feel like Disney cartoons kind of belong in their own separate category almost.
American Dragon Jake Long.
Yeah,
That's some shit.
Yeah, he was doing stuff. That was such a great show. And and you had mentioned Kim Possible earlier and the Proud Family. Okay, yeah, we did mention some of the cartoons, and but there was like a different vibe for different eras of cartoons. I feel.
Yeah. I think, cause we should do a ranking next time of just like the main like shows and stuff. Cause Cartoon Network, they got some hitters. Cause they got everyone like on there. Danny Phantom is a great Nick show.
Oh my god. Yes.
Avatar, obviously, great Nick show.
Do you know what we should do? We should do head to head. We should pick one show from like each and make them all fight against each other. So we'll do like American Dragon Jake Long versus Avatar The Last Airbender versus like Codename Kiziktor. That is not a fair matchup I just made there, but like that idea, not that exact matchup.
Yeah.
I think
That's not a fair
fun.
matchup. Honestly, I think Aang is taking everybody.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
really good. I think the only show that, for me personally, would be able to stand against it is Teen Titans, but that's only because Teen Titans has nostalgia in my heart, and I feel like they walked so that Avatar could run. Don't shoot.
Didn't they come out? No, Avatar came out later.
I think it came out like 2008, 2009. I could be wrong.
I think like Avatar came out like 07, 08, and then
Teen Titans was
Teen
like
Titans came out like 03.
Yeah, like 2003, I think, and it ran until maybe like 2005, 2006.
I believe so. Yeah.
So it like ended around like there was only a brief period of time where we were without an American anime show.
Mm-hmm. And I will say Disney and Nick had a spew of their singing shows, which we talked about Victorious.
Yeah.
Disney sing. I count Hannah Montana as a singing show because it was always a song.
It was definitely she was a pop star. What are you talking about?
Star. Well, you know what I'm saying? But not like outburst singing like how Victoria is.
I guess. You know what? I see what you're saying. She wasn't like her musical numbers had purpose always.
Yeah.
Because she was like performing. Okay. So then would you say like Liv and Maddie was a musical show? Or
I don't think it was. I think it was just like a No, never mind. Because I haven't watched Liv and Maddie enough to be like, oh, there's a song in every episode. I think Victoria's had a song in every episode.
Yeah. Victoria's did?
Or maybe like a quip. I'm gonna have to like look this up.
I think what we have to do in the name of research is rewatch all of these shows that we're mentioning.
That's what it sounds like, and we need to do.
Oh, and I highly encourage if you guys hear us talk about a show that you have not seen, you should definitely check it out because there's a gold mine of shows from early 2000s all the way up to the I guess 2020s. That's where we're at right now. Like they were putting out good stuff.
They
Some
were.
stuff was better than others, but
What's the worst Nickelodeon show if you can remember?
oh my God, the worst one. This is not one that I saw, but I've heard of. I think it was called Breadwinners or something, where they were literally just two ducks, who delivered bread. But the thing is, I've never seen it, so maybe that's unfair. Let me think of a show that I've actually seen that I didn't like. They had this one show based off of these like video game rabbits. I can't remember. I think it was called Rabbids, like Rabbidz.
Oh, I thought that was just like a short or something. I don't know it was an actual show. It could have been.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I think mine. I wasn't a fan of Fanboy and Chum Chum.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
How?
Okay. This I don't want to disparage that show, but Fanboy and Chum Chum, I think, had a select audience. It had a specific audience, and not everyone fell into that audience.
Fair, fair. I also, Sandra and Craig was also like pretty funny to me. I wouldn't put in as worst. I was definitely older. It just probably wasn't my style, but it probably fits was like, oh, some people like it, some people's like, eh.
Yeah, I feel like in the like 2010s, maybe the later 2010s, a lot of the shows just didn't hit the same, and it could be because we were older, but I also think that the a way they approach comedy changed. And I think it might have been due because I feel like a lot of I don't know if it's the execs or the writers are like kids don't have attention spans anymore. We can just throw anything at the walls and that should be funny enough. And I'm like, no, this I mean again, I wasn't a kid, so maybe it was working, but I don't think it was. It just was harder to watch. Like the shows lacked heart, I feel, in a lot of ways. Like you didn't really learn anything about these characters when they were doing these wacky things. Like not in the same way with SpongeBob. Like we know who SpongeBob is. He's a hard worker, he's an optimist, he's just there to make Krabby Patties and have a good time jellyfishing. And I feel like these other new characters kind of were just like you said, there's no premise. Niggas just be having fun.
You
But
know,
like it needs to have charm to it to work, you know? And I
Mhm.
think some of it lacked charm.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I think that's probably what with the people who just doing. Yeah, I'm probably saying everything you say. I definitely agree because Hey Arnold is one of my favorite shows, even though I'm like ain't nothing happening in here. But a street kid like living life. But I think it is like a fun show, and the characters are really fun.
Yeah, I think with shows where they like don't have a premise, they need to be character driven. Like I think that's
Oh,
just
for
the
sure.
thing. And like I don't know, maybe because they think that kids have less of an attention span, they don't want to spend as much time delving into these characters. But hey, I'm not a writer. I'm not. This is just what I've seen and what it looks like for the shows that I did give a chance.
Yeah. No, I think no, I think you're right. Those are we had some good shows growing up.
Mhm. You know, I will admit we could be tinged with nostalgia, but
She said the word. What's that?
take
Leonardo
a shot.
DiCaprio crib. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Where he's like snapping and pointing at the.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Now you know how I feel when I was mentioning that vine that I hope someone, please tell me one of you know that vine.
This is the. No, I feel like that's always a thing too, where we have different for you pages, and it's like, so don't nobody know what I'm talking about.
Gosh, one of these days we'll get into our For You pages because I feel like you can tell a lot about a person by what comes up on their feed. It's not perfect, but the algorithm, she do be algorithming.
She do be algorithming. I feel like because we talked about this shows, because your phone's all listening to you, I think it's all gonna come up and be like, you remember this one episode with Victorious? Yeah, she know me.
Yes, yes, I want to see it. I want to see it. One of my hobbies is watching like YouTube analysis of like cartoons and stuff because a lot of people have a lot of things to say about literally every show that they've ever watched, and I'm ready to see more of that on my For You page.
Oh, for sure. I saw a breakdown of As Told by Ginger where it was going through every episode, and I said, yes, give me 10 more, please.
Oh my gosh. See, my hope, my dream, my nonsensical hope is that this causes some exec somewhere to be like, we should reboot some of these. And they're like, yes, bring us more
Yes, yes.
episodes. Let's go.
Also, you know what we didn't mention? We didn't mention like some good shows like True Jackson VP, The Naked Brothers Band.
Oh, can we take a brief moment to talk about Keke Palmer? Keke Palmer is my everything. I
She
love
is
Keke
so
Palmer.
funny.
And Keke Palmer, she's one of the few people who was on multiple channels on prominent things because she was on True Jackson VP, but she also was in Jump In. And you told me the other day that she did a pilot for Disney as well.
She did pilot. I think it was called like Jamal and Kiki. I can't remember who the other co-star was.
You don't know who Jamal was?
Don't know who Jamal. I could be racist right now. Maybe it was DeAndre and Kiki. I don't know. I just know it was a little black boy.
You just start naming random black boys.
It was Daquan and Kiki. You don't know the
Leon
show.
Thomas. It was it was Corbin Blue. Not to be like that, but I can't imagine Corbin Blue playing a character named Jamal.
I can't either. I think Chad was it was a great name for him actually. Chad, and what was his name in? Do you remember his name in Jump In? Hey, all right.
I don't remember. It was I don't even think I remember what Kiki's name was either. I just know I love that movie, and I love.
I didn't even call them by their name. Yeah, no. I don't even think they had names in the movie. I said that's Corbin, that's Kiki. I love Jump In.
I can't believe we were pushing it to the limit without knowing who they were.
Wow.
Oh my god. When he did that backflip with the jump ropes, I was like, is this the peak human form? I will never get to this level.
First of all, I used to love that man. Shaggy hair and just push it to the limit. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Wait, we gotta bring it back to Kiki though. Kiki, she's so great. Oh my gosh. I love Keke Palmer. True Jackson VP felt very important to me, especially as a black girl, because we did not get enough representation. Yeah. And she was the vice president of a fashion company. She was acting with Greg Proops. Oh my god. Top notch, loved her in everything she was in. She was so great, and her in this current modern era, I want to be her when I grow up.
Yeah, see, she goes into my, you know how you was like Sabrina Carpenter, like she was on Nick, and she had appearances on Disney. I would classify her as a Nick kid.
Yeah, I would too. She was also in Rags.
Yeah,
Rags was a great movie.
She had like other stuff.
Okay, but she was only in 2 things, so how come Sabrina Carpenter isn't? You know, I don't want to open this.
Oh, because Sabrina just had her one. You get what I'm saying? She wouldn't even know like original movie. She was in Rags on Nick
when they were babysitters with Sophia Carson. What was that? What was that show? That movie called?
Was it called Babysitters? Adventures in Babysitting.
Yes.
Oh, I remember now. She might want to classify.
She might have been in one other thing. I know she made an appearance on Austin and Ally.
Okay, I still would classify her as just a kid celebrity rather than Keke Palmer because she had more pull in like the Nick stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she was in Rags. She had her own TV show. She made a couple appearances somewhere else as well. I'm forgetting what though, but she definitely had like she was in Degrassi.
She was?
She was in the later seasons of Degrassi.
So what you're telling me is I have to look up this clip because I did not know this.
She maybe had like 1 or 2 episodes because she played the love interest of Saf Bendari. You don't know who that is.
No.
Yeah.
MK, she clocked the face I was making because I was confused. I do not know who any of these people are.
Yes, but she was in Degrassi.
Dang. Okay, my follow-up question then, my rebuttal is if Disney in like the late 2010s era had what's the name, that Disney Olympic thing they did? What was it called?
Oh, the Disney Channel Games.
Do you think Sabrina Carpenter would have been left out? No, girl, she would not have been. They would have put her in along with the girl who played Riley, who's the person who played Riley. What was that actor's name? I don't remember. But they would have been there. They were doing things.
I still wouldn't classify her as she definitely probably would have. If she was on that, then yes. But and then that in my mind would have been like Disney kid. But because she wasn't, we'll never know.
So she's a victim of circumstance. Okay.
Yeah. She's not. I think she's just a kid celebrity. I don't think she's a Disney kid.
Dang, we're gonna debate this. I'm gonna come up with a dissertation on this because this I don't know why this is bothering me so much. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would put them in a category like, oh, like, are they like a Disney kid? Do I count Zendaya as a Disney kid?
Yes.
Yes.
She had like
We
y'all,
don't.
y'all, I was about to get mad. I was about to be irate.
Whoa. But no, I think I just don't see Sabrina as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of somebody else. Like,
also
yeah,
trying to think of
Olivia
someone else.
Rodrigo. I don't think Jenny Ortega.
Wait, would you say Jeremy Fisher is though? Because he technically was only on Teen Beach Movie.
Jeremy, you mean Jordan Fisher?
What did, what did I
You
say?
say Jeremy. I said, what the hell is Jeremy?
Jeremy Fisher, Jordan. I'm sorry. I was thinking. I'm not good with
No.
celebrity.
You're good.
I
No,
need everyone.
Jordan Fisher. No, he was on Liv and Maddie.
Yeah, but as like a love interest for like 3, 4 episodes. I actually don't even.
More than that because
Was it for like a season?
it was for a good season. He had a recurring role. And he like did Turning Red, which is also like Disney, and I honestly do see him as a Disney star.
Okay, but that messes me up because Sabrina has been on more prominent things than he has.
I don't think she has. I really only see her in Girl Meets World. I don't see her in anything else.
Maybe you're just biased against Girl Meets World because I wouldn't blame you. I did not like that show. It was just the writing was very strange to me. They were trying to do something, and I, as a tween, was like, I don't think I like this.
Because I think she just appeared on a Disney Channel show in a movie. Like, I don't want to classify her as a Disney kid. Because a Disney is, excuse me, Disney
part of
kids
the
are like,
culture.
oh, yes, you were doing that jokingly, but I'm like so serious. She's not a part of like the whole culture. Like, oh my gosh, you're a Disney star, and like doing all this. Like, maybe because I didn't see her in the press because I was on the older side. And I did like Teen Beach Movie because I was at least in that like 15 to like 18 range. I was a little old watching Teen Beach Movie. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
you are in like company. I would watch Teen Beach Movie literally right now.
Okay, because I was watching Descendants too when it came out, and my friends was making fun of me. They were like, "Girl, you are old," and I was like, "Well, wait a minute."
I think I also watched it, but I missed the third movie and the spinoff because I was doing adult things, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was paying taxes. I wasn't really locked in.
I was paying my taxes the entire time.
The entire time.
Yeah, that's the sad thing is like some of the shows you want to keep up with, but as an adult, you just have things to do. I'm not in the camp of like adults should stop watching kid content. I think they should chill on the internet about it though. Some people go bonkers, like ballistic over these shows, and I'm like, these aren't for you. Like you can have opinions, but I don't want to see you sending no death threats to nobody over this.
They were like, this is what kids is watching today, and sometimes I don't like that because I'm like, well, guys, if you actually look at it, I'm like, this is kind of actually pretty funny. This is pretty good. And obviously, yes, Teen Time Go, you can age out of stuff as well. That's what I agree with, like some of the writing, like, oh, that joke wasn't as funny as when I was a child that it is now. But I do think like some stuff is like, oh, cartoons. Like, I love Our House as a grown adult. Like, that's really good. Love Avatar as a grown adult. Watching it with adult eyes, I was like, this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Phantom, Jimmy Neutron.
Whoa, we gotta talk about the, like, because it was one of the first CG shows out there that was, like, prominent. We gotta talk about that at some point.
Was it ugly? Yes. But was the writing funny? Hilarious.
Looking back on it, why did that man have a Hershey's Kiss for hair? And why was it so big?
So it was crazy. Why
was Carl Weezer fiending after his mother?
Like, no, he wanted to be the stepdad so bad.
Why was he beefing with Jimmy's father?
Murder. That was so funny.
Why did he give birth to an alien creature out of his butt?
Yeah,
I think this is
what I'm saying. There was some weird stuff that was happening.
I think this is like the prelude to the MPreg that we're seeing today. I don't want to get into that on this podcast, though. Anyway, but yeah, to go back to what I was saying, I don't think that you have to age out of watching things like if you don't want to, but as an adult, you have adult responsibilities. So it's like, I can't see every premiere. I'll watch it on my own time.
Yeah. I think the passion of me being a Disney kid is just allows me to go back and just watch stuff and be in that. And because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do just watch Disney stuff for the sake of it being Disney. But then I'm like, nah, this ain't it. So I like to keep up with stuff. I think also because I'm in the industry, I generally just keep up the shows, what's going on. But
Yeah, I think an important thing in the industry is to kind of know what kids are watching, like what works and what doesn't. I feel like at the same time, you also have to see what like kids are like outside of watching things, but like knowing the kind of stuff that resonates with kids, because also since they have so much access to the internet, they have access to older shows. Like I have a younger sibling, she's way younger than me, but she was watching kind of the same shows that I watched when I was a kid. She was just watching them on like YouTube. So it's like you kind of have to know what kids are watching in order to make the kind of stuff that more kids will want to watch.
yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. No, but man, I'm a Disney kid through and through. So unfortunately, we're just like good at going.
Yeah, and I'm also a Cartoon Network kid, and I will continue to watch those cartoons until I perish. But with that, I think this might be the end of our first episode.
It is. Woo! Clap, 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 clap. Oh my God.
Snaps, uh, set off one of those like explosions, like.
I sing in America.
What did I say about singing?
I don't know. I think we should. I'm a Disney kid. I don't listen.
That's crazy. Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed listening to us ramble on about literally every show under the sun, under the main three channels that we feel, a lot of people watched growing up. Please let us know what your favorite shows are, what you think you are. Are you a Disney, Cartoon Network, or Disney Channel kid? Kayla, you want to say anything?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for this journey and for joining us for our podcast. Let us know what type of kid you are. Hell, you could have been a Cookie Jar kid or a PBS kid. We don't know. We don't know.
Discovery Kid. I actually think that was what they were called.
Yeah. No, that was.
Anyway, let us know. Send us all your stuff, and please give us any feedback on our first episode. We'd really appreciate it.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys so much, and see you next week.